children of God. For the time and time again that we have been providing you with instructions. For the time that we have been providing you with guidance, with ideas. Some is being accepted and acted upon. Some is only being listened and not acted upon. And some have been rejecting the guidance, the ideas, and the notion that we over time have been providing you with. In our world, there is no source of frustration. In our world, there is no source of not tolerating the rejection of the guidance that we have been providing your world with again and again. But the source of frustration and intolerance is coming from your world. When you have been succumbed to some idea or to some illness or to some emotion that has been striking you again and again, the source of frustration is within you. And so, why would you be repeating the same ideas and the same intolerant actions within your life to recreate the source of frustration again and again and again? What would it take for you to be receiving the guidance that our world has been providing you over time? What would it take for you to be receiving the Word of God? How many times would you be falling before you reach out to God and say, God, let me walk with you? And so, beloved children of God, this is Jonathan. We are not here to condemn a behavior. We are not here to add to the source of your frustration or intolerance, but we are here to hold you within your heart, to love you, to provide you with a sense of understanding that God is with you. And so for you to come to the realization that at one point you ought to be applying all that you have learned from our world and apply it to your world, to your life. Similarly, when you begin to take a task that you are familiar with within your world, initially you have to learn how to do and create and perform the task until you have a mastery of it. So it is within the guidance that we have been providing you with. Take it into your heart perform an action until you master it. You ought to remember, you ought to apply, and you ought to live with God. And the mastery of living with God will support your understanding and your performance in your own life. And when we talk about performance, we talk about living with the will of God, living with laws, the laws that God has given you. Not just have God love. Of course it's there. Of course it's within you. But the performance of that love come through your actions. And when there is a disharmony within the performance of that love that is imbued within you, there is a disharmony and a source of frustration within your life. It is okay to fall. There is no judgment. You're the only one who applied the judgment upon you. And there would come a time that the fall wouldn't be as harsh when you apply into your life the performance of the guidance that you have been provided by our word. Do not be weary, nor frustrated. God's love is there. God's love is always there. Either you pray for it or not, either you ask for it or not, God is within you. It is within your actions that bring forth this love. And so we ask you, children of God, that you come to this realization that the source of love is God, and the performance of that love, it's you. And when you combine love of God and your performance, your life will be filled with God and God will and God natural law. The melody will be in one. The heart will be in one. A great unity and a great abundance of love. Some of you may ask, within your heart at this very moment, how would I break this cycle? How would I bring forth the performance of my life to be within the will of God? When you fall, you haven't listened. And there is an action within your life that it doesn't conclude within the will of God. You would know that you have strayed from the path. And so within the actions, there will be a deliverance. Within the deliverance, there will be a result. And within the result and the outcome, that you would know if it was in alignment with God. All that is not in alignment with God will be faced by a challenge within your life. And so, beloved children of God, when you ought to take the step for performance and the final outcome, bring your heart into it. Bring your soul into it. Bring your mighty love into it. And the outcome would be as such that it is within the will of God. This is Barbara. I come to give you the blessings of the healing. In my life on earth, I have met many injured people. In my short life on earth, I have seen many people succumb to their injuries. But where I am today, I realize and understand that the soul has not succumbed to any injury. Many who I have cared for on earth have met their destiny, and I have met them here. I do not sit in a chair in one space. But I go everywhere to continue to help those who need help, not just in your world, but in our world. The understanding of giving help to someone else is beyond the capacity of your mind to understand the true meaning of it. Even I had no understanding, and I was supporting humanity. what I do now. When you're lending a hand to the unfortunate, when you help the destitute, when you help those who have none, you have helped a child of God. And that tapestry of love takes the person who you have helped in a momentum that when they reach our world, they remember the hand and that was lended to them at a desperate time. And that moment of transitions provide the helpless with a tremendous understanding that they were not left alone on earth, but they were helped by another human being. Do not be weary about the amount of help you're providing someone else. Do not be weary of how many times you're providing the help. Do not be weary about the size, the quantity of your help. But you being there for someone else in a great way, more than you're able to understand in your earthly life, is helping in moments of transitions. And so, for those of you who are seeking help at this moment, reach out to someone that can help you. Reach out. Do not sit in silence, waiting for someone else to find you, to alter your life. But reach out, children of God. Call within your heart for another human to come and sit and help you. Help comes in many ways. Love comes in many ways in our world to your world, and within your world to one another. Our love to each one of you. Our desire to each one of you to be touched by the love is immense. You ought to remember that no one sits on the throne in our world. You ought to realize that the aspiration is carried through from our world to you. This is Barbara, and I will be close to help you.